So I'll start off with the first question. The COVID-19 pandemic has, of course, pushed or given a good impetus, if I can call it, to the insurance sector. It's gained good traction. Even the importance of insurance has gone up. I'd like to understand from you what is the position of the Indian insurance industry as of today, and what's the larger potential that you see?
Very good morning, and thank you for having me on your studio today. Uh, Let me just begin with saying that the Indian insurance market is the 10th largest market in the world and is also poised to become the sixth largest by around 2032. These are some of the studies and reports which have come out with this projection. Now, the pandemic was definitely posed a huge challenge, but at the same time, I think it provided a plethora of opportunities for various sectors within the insurance market. And particularly the health portfolio definitely had huge potential for growth. And we saw the health segment actually becoming the largest portfolio in non-life, even surpassing the motor portfolio, which had been the largest segment till then. I would say that the insurance sector definitely got traction following the pandemic, because I think people started realizing the importance of insurance and as a protection tool in the times of distress, and particularly during the pandemic, it has come in handy. So I think we are pretty much prepared for the growth, and we are trying to have an ecosystem which can nurture, foster both development and growth. And the development and growth, when I say that, I would look at the insurance penetration. That is the larger way of looking at things, but more specifically at the insurance inclusion. And what do I mean by insurance inclusion? I'm looking at, every citizen of this country should have an appropriate life cover, an appropriate health cover for at least for the family, and an appropriate cover for properties. And those who are in businesses, particularly the small, micro, and the medium enterprises, they should have adequate insurance cover for their businesses. So we have a well-knit ecosystem of around 68 players who are in operation currently, both in the life and non-life sector. And we also have another about 18 odd proposals in the pipeline. And I think in the next few months, some of them would also materialize into starting their operations. We have around 4.5 million distribution points providing service to the citizens and the policyholders. And then that is also directly and indirectly generating about 6 million people are employed in this sector. So as we grow and as we are looking at, deepening our insurance penetration, I'm sure we will have more number of players, more distribution channels, and of course, this is going to provide a lot more opportunities for employment. Technology is something which is going to be a big game changer. It has already started, and here at the IRDA, we are even trying to mainstream it as much as possible. We have a regulatory sandbox, which we have recently gone into revamping it. The draft exposure was out there in public domain, and very soon that will be finalized, and that should help the new startups and those coming up with innovative solutions to test their product and then mainstream it. In this effort, we have also trying to bring in more technology platforms for selling, for settlement of claims, and also for servicing of the policyholders. The other trends that I see in the economy also, which will help the insurance sector grow. As we all know, India is the 5th largest economy in the world. And we are also poised to grow at 7 to 8%. That is the projections which have been made as far as the Indian economy is concerned. Now, we see that the major growth drivers are, one, the disposable household income is also growing at 2 times the GDP per capita. And we also are witnessing that there is a higher percentage of discretionary spend. So that also comes in the background of formalization of the household savings, growth in the number of nuclear families. So these are all going to be major drivers of growth in the insurance sector. A large number of workforce is also getting added, and we see that in the next few years, and 150 million people will be getting added to the workforce, and that also should help the insurance growth. So India is also, I would see, on the path of becoming a preeminent tech-driven economy. So like we have around 750 million smartphone users, 650 million internet users, USD $40 trillion worth of digital transactions happened in the country. So all of this are again augurs well for the growth of the insurance market, because they are all interconnected issues. The startup ecosystem, both in the fintech and insurtech, is also a very promising sign for particularly, for delivery of services and for end-to-end solutions. Then, of course, various government initiatives like the UPI, the FASTag, the Bharat Bill Pay, the Bharat QR are all case in point to talk about the digital infrastructure which has been created. And all we need to do is now, connect with those data points in order to deepen the insurance penetration in the country. Rising awareness, recognizing the need for insurance is something which is happening, but we need to actually push that in a much bigger manner through various channels, through various means. There is also a shift in focus that we are witnessing from secondary to primary in terms of using the disposable income towards diverting towards insurance. Over time, benefit from higher investment returns will also benefit the insurers and offset the higher claim costs. So this would also encourage the industry to, invest more into the insurance sector. So I think the potential of the Indian market is immense. It has actually doubled in the last 10 years, and we see this momentum to continue. And the current year also, we are witnessing a fairly good amount of growth. So that's overall, that is the scenario, and I see good times for the insurance sector. And as the regulator, we are trying to nurture the ecosystem in a manner which will help the industry to grow, the market to grow, and more investments are also expected. We see a huge interest in investing in this sector. So all in all, we are trying to make the sector happen, which ultimately, it is for the well-being of the population. And also for the prosperity, plus the policyholders' funds, which we call the assets under management, also helps for the growth of the economy, both in terms of the trade, commerce, and providing the much needed money for the government securities, the state development loans. So all in all, I think we are in for good times.